Whew. That was a fun game, man. Stressful, fun. La Liga. That's what that was. Barcelona 3, Levante 2. And where do I even start, bro? I guess I'll just start with the lineups. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of surprised to see Eric Garcia starting again over Koundé. It was nice to see Rashford getting a start out left. It was kind of questionable to see Rafinha starting in the middle. We're getting more into that as the game goes. I mean, as the video goes. But who else? It was one more player that was Marc Casado. He started at midfield over Frankie de Jong, obviously because Frankie wasn't even in the squad. So the lineups was like, okay, I like that he's confident enough to start Rashford early on. I like the fact that amid transfer links and rumors around Casado, he's giving him a start over Gavi. I like that he's just showing confidence in the players who could probably use it right now. Not to say that it's low, but it's nice to see them give him a confidence boost. So with the lineup, I was like, okay, fair enough. And in the first 5 or so minutes, pulling up some of the game here. In the first 5 or so minutes, I think we were on them. I think we're on top of them. We had more shots. We had more possession. It's what you expect, right? But then off a counter, which it was a lot of counters conceded from Barcelona today. I give credit to Levante. They was able to kind of expose that high line a bit. But off a counter, Romero was able to make a good move on Kubarsi, kind of shook him out the way. It was poor defending at the end of the day, but I'm going to give credit to Romero because, like I said, it was a good move. Moves Kubarsi out the way. Ronald Araujo wasn't able to get over there in time to get a block on it. And he beats Joan Garcia. They go up 1-0. And their second goal, I had a lot of problems with that. And if you watch my live stream, I was very upset because off of a Barcelona corner, Lamine gave the ball away. Pedri wasn't able to stop the counter, and they was off. And they played the ball in, and they got in behind the line, and it was initially a very good block from Balde. But after the block, they was able to get the ball back, and they take a shot. Now, I'm going to pull this up to show you the shot that they called a penalty, right? And it trips me out because La Liga is inconsistent, bro. It is bad. Oh, no, see, let me see. The inconsistency in La Liga is terrible, bro. They called this. No, not that. Yeah, here we go. This is a good picture. We got 4 pictures here. They call that a penalty. Where is his hand supposed to go? His arm is tucked in like this, and the ball is coming in. I don't understand how the El Clasico last year, where Barcelona had a shot from Ferran Torres and Tuchel Mendy, his arm was out to here. The ball smacks him right here. The same referee looked at that and said no penalty. I think it even went to VAR and he still said no penalty. Fast forward a few months later, same referee, same competition. He gets a shot. He got a clear on view of this. And he sees that and says, that is a penalty. La Liga's a joke. They called it a penalty, and credit to Morales. He's still scoring on Barcelona in 2025. So he was able to finish comfortably, and Levante goes into halftime 2-0. I was visibly upset because I never thought in a million years that was a penalty. That's just my personal opinion. You can say that I'm biased. That's fine. But that was never a penalty. Because they called it a penalty, I knew that they was going to score. And they did. So they go up 2-0. Credit to Levante. But I knew not to panic because Hansi Flick's Barcelona has showed us time and time again that even when we're down 2 goals, sometimes even 3 goals, Barcelona has the tools to come back. It doesn't mean that they're always going to come back, but they have the tools to come back. And there's been a lot of times last season alone, they was able to come back from deficits most teams are going to lose. So the fact that they were able to come back, it shows that, well, before I even get to the fact that we know that, obviously you watch this, you know the result. But just knowing that they can come back anytime, I knew to keep that in mind when we were starting the second half. And to start the second half, he made 2 changes. And in hindsight, because hindsight is always 20/20. I felt maybe Levante on the road. I know you maybe want to rotate it just a bit, but I felt he probably should have started with Gavi and Dani Olmo. But nonetheless, he makes those substitutions to start the second half by taking out Marcus Otto and taking out Rashford. So now you got Rafinha out left, Dani Olmo in the middle, Ferran Torres up front with Lamine on the right, and then your 2 midfielders is Pedri and Gavi. And immediately we were starting to create opportunities. Very early on in the 49th minute, a golazo from the best midfielder in the world. If you do not agree with me that Pedri is the best midfielder in the world, argue with a wall, because you probably don't know ball. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Pedri, the best midfielder in the world, received the pass from Lamine Yamal, but he still had a lot to do. Everybody was loaded up in the box, and Pedri just whips it. And it was one of those shots where when he shoots it, it starts saying on goal, but it starts to fade back out. So the goalkeeper jumps in, seeing the shot, and as the power is increasing and is going away from him, he couldn't make the save. And they showed the instant replay. Some people thought it took a deflection. It didn't. It didn't. It may have grazed the hair, but it didn't do anything as far as changing the trajectory of the shot. A fantastic goal from Pedri to get us back. And immediately after seeing that goal, I just got the confidence, because I'm like, there's 2 type of goals you want to score when you're trying to make a comeback. You either want to get a goal right before half, or you want to get a goal right out of half. And so because we couldn't get a goal going into halftime, it was very important that we get a goal in the first few minutes to start the second half, instead of waiting to get that first goal in the 70th, 80th minute. So we get that goal immediately. My confidence as a fan was boosted, because I'm like, oh, this is going to be a comeback. I can just feel this. I've seen this before, literally in this kid. And in just 3 minutes later, we get the equalizer off a corner kick from Rafinha. And look, last year, I wasn't live streaming games, but one of my criticisms from Rafinha on the corners is he used to put too much on them, and he was never really accurate with his corners. That was just how I felt. But this game, he was on it. Every corner was like right at the spot it needed to be. And for the equalizer, he placed it right into Ferran Torres. And look, Ferran still had a lot to do. He was being held up, pulled away, and he's leaning back. And as he's leaning back, he's able to just get enough direction on the ball to where it goes towards the goal, put enough on it to where the goalkeeper tries to make a save, it goes right past his hand. Now it's 2-2. I'm now telling myself we will come back. We have another goal in us. But after that second goal, to be fair, the momentum was on Levante. It was on Levante's side. After getting that equalizer, there was 2 opportunities that they created, exposing our high line. And on one opportunity on the counter, they overplayed the ball into Morales. He had to recover, and he shoots it. It was a good save from John Garcia. It was a tight angle, but it was an important save, and he made that. And it was another pass that they made. I can't think of his name. I believe it's to one of their fullbacks. He had a clear shot in on goal after they exposed our high line again. But he kind of looks like he slips, but it was still a good save from John Garcia nonetheless. So it wasn't one of those traditional, we got the equalizer, and then here comes the goals, and we're just going to batter them. That didn't happen in this case. Levante definitely created more dangerous opportunities after it was 2-2. And it was some opportunities that were starting to open up towards the end of the game, but we really couldn't all the way unlock it. I do like the substitutions that he made when he put on Lewandowski and Christensen. That was his first substitutions. He took out Eric Garcia and Ronald Araujo. No, not Ronald Araujo. I'm sorry. He took out Ronald Araujo and Balde for Lewandowski and Christensen. So we had more of a 3 center back look, and it was allowing us to keep the numbers in the midfield, and we had another forward up front, so when we crossed the ball in. And that's something that they may want to look at. But when Lewandowski came in the game, there was an opportunity that I thought that it should have been a penalty call. Lewandowski gets hacked, but right before that, they said that that foul doesn't happen because when the players ran into each other, they saying Lewandowski hits him in the face. Therefore, the player's down, holding his head, everything afterwards doesn't count. Something that they probably should have done last week, but the referee saw it and was like, it wasn't enough to be a foul. Play on. If they did that last week, I think they could have done that again this week, just off the strength of it really wasn't anything into it. The players ran into each other. It's not like Lewandowski fouled him. They ran into each other. Lewandowski does that. And the dude acts like Lewandowski punches him in the face. He barely brushes him up here, and he's holding his face up here. So he's rolling around, being all demonstrative, and the referee has to stop it. But meanwhile, the players are still playing while the player's rolling around. The referee's being ready to blow this whistle. The play is still going on, and the defender just takes a whack onto Lewandowski, and he hits him in the head as well. If they would have had a chance to go to VAR and see the fact that, the two players colliding into each other, that wasn't even a foul. That was nothing. So the play would have continued on, which means that foul on Lewandowski should have been a penalty. But they didn't do that. They ended up giving him a free kick. So it was half opportunities being created here and there, a couple corners, a couple half opportunities again. There was one from Rafinha that he was able to dink the ball into Ferran Torres, who had a good game today. But he was able, because it came in as a looping kind of pass, he wasn't able to get a lot of power to redirect it, so it lobs back to the goalkeeper. He makes that save. So it was a part of me as we starting to get late, like, even though I still believe we're going to get a goal somewhere, man, are we leaving it late? Because what if we get out of here with a 2-2 draw? That's not going to be a good start for La Liga. But after making a sub for Koundé coming on for Eric Garcia, there was a moment that they was in build-up play. Koundé plays it to Lamine. Lamine had 2 defenders on him, and he does his patented where he's kind of like leaning, but he just dinks it. And he was playing it to Ferran, but the defender behind him, what was that defender's name? Gezabal. He's right on top of Ferran Torres, but the ball bounces off his head and the ball lobs perfectly. If Ferran would have been able to hit that, it would have been better than that. Like, that was a perfect own goal. Unfortunately, it's just not something that Levante was trying to pull off. But it was a dangerous opportunity created from Lamine Yamal. Great pressure from Ferran Torres. And it was an own goal. And Barcelona, comeback kids, the cardiac kids, they got that goal that they was pushing for ever since they got their equalizer. And that's just what Hansi Flick's team, man, that's just what they about, dog. Like, they're just ruthless at the end of the day, man. Every time that they're down 1-0, 2-0, it's frustrating, especially because you see the way that we play, but you understand it's all a part of the process. But just every time that you know that we're down 1-0, 2-0, I ain't gonna lie, it is super nice, super fun to know that no matter what, Barcelona has an opportunity to come back because of the way that we play. So we're never out of it. And credit to the boys, credit to the managers, everybody who played today, man. Everybody who was involved. That was a great team effort to be able to pull that comeback out. So, very happy with the result. Very happy with everybody coming out of there healthy. And we move, man, because that's not an easy place. We got a couple more road games before we're finally able to play in the new camp. So, hopefully, that gets situated and we can start having some home games. So I think we got another couple road games coming up. So it's not going to be an easy stretch. You see, we fighting, but I do believe in Hansi Flick's Barcelona. And I do believe in these players. So that was a fun game. Like I said, if you missed out on my live stream, go ahead and check that out. My reaction to the goals was pretty chaotic. My reaction to Balde's penalty was out of control as well because I was pissed off. But yeah, check that out on my channel. Make sure y'all leave a like. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And I will catch y'all the next time I post. Peace.